Hey everyone, I've got to be honest with you, cheap remote control lawn mowers usually feel like they're held together with duct tape and wishful thinking. You press the remote, the wheels spin, but the blades barely move, the battery dies after 20 minutes, and the whole thing topples over on the slightest slope. It's frustrating, especially when you just want to get the yard done without wrestling a machine that's more trouble than it's worth. So today I'm showing you the Mowrator S1, 4WD. It's not some flimsy knockoff, it's built to actually handle your yard year-round, and after putting it through the paces myself, I think it might be the first remote mower that finally earns its keep. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The first thing that surprised me was how solid the S1 feels compared to the usual RC mowers I've tested. It's got a true 4WD drivetrain with wide, deep tread tires that grip like hiking boots on wet grass or even a 40-degree slope. I tried it on a steep side hill that would normally send a cheaper mower sliding sideways, and the S1 just climbed straight up without breaking a sweat. That kind of traction means you can actually mow areas you used to avoid, like the back slope or the side yard that turns into a mud pit after rain. No more patchy cuts or calling it quits halfway through. Battery life is another area where most competitors fall short. Cheap RC mowers usually give you 30 to 40 minutes if you're lucky, and that's only on the lowest setting. The S1 packs an 18Ah lithium battery that delivered almost 2 hours of real-world mowing on a half-acre yard with thick summer growth. I was able to finish the whole front and back without swapping batteries or stopping to recharge. That runtime is a game-changer if you've got more than a postage stamp lawn. And the quick swap design means you can keep a spare battery on the charger for even longer sessions. Cutting width is a full 21 inches, so you cover more ground with each pass. The blades are beefy and mulch aggressively, turning grass clippings into fine mulch that disappears back into the lawn instead of piling up. I ran it with the bagger off and the yard still looked clean, no streaks, no uneven stripes, just a smooth finish. The cutting height adjusts from 1.5 to 4.3 inches in half-inch increments, so you can switch between a close-cropped putting green look in spring and a taller, drought-resistant cut in summer without any tools. Remote control is where this machine really shines. The controller has a comfortable pistol grip with a thumb joystick, no confusing menus, no accidental stops. You drive it like a video game, but the response is instant and predictable. I had my 12-year-old nephew take it for a spin around the side yard, and he picked it up in about 30 seconds. Zero learning curve means you can hand it off to a family member or neighbor without worrying about them wrecking it. There's also a safety key fob you can keep in your pocket. If you walk away, the mower shuts off automatically, which is a nice touch when you've got kids or pets around. Speaking of safety, the S1 has 5 layers of protection built in. The blade brake stops within a second of releasing the throttle, the wheels lock if you tilt it too far, and the remote has an emergency stop button. I purposely nudged it against a fence post to test the tilt sensor, and the whole machine shut down before it could tip. That kind of engineering gives me peace of mind, especially when I'm letting someone else use it. One feature I didn't expect to use much but now love is the leaf shredding vacuum. In the fall, I just lower the deck, flip the chute, and drive over the piles. The S1 sucks them up and chops them into tiny pieces that break down quickly. I filled the bag once and it held enough leaves to cover a 15 by 20 foot bed, way more than a regular blower bag. It saved me hours of raking and hauling, and the yard looked tidy without a single leaf left behind. Now, it's not perfect. The machine is heavy, around 130 pounds, so lifting it onto a trailer or into the back of a truck isn't a one-person job. If you don't have a ramp or a hoist, you'll want a second set of hands. Also, the price tag is higher than the usual RC mower, but when you factor in the runtime, the durability, and the fact that you won't need to replace it every season, it starts to look like a smarter long-term investment. Over 3 seasons, I probably saved enough on gas, blade sharpening, and my own sanity to pay for it. If you've been burned by cheap RC mowers in the past, the Mowrator S1 is worth the upgrade. It handles slopes, lasts all season, and actually makes mowing feel effortless instead of like a chore. Check it out using the link below if you want to see the specs for yourself.